According to Mrs. Higginbottom, home economics teacher at Bonaventure Park High School, there were certain skills that the average girl needed to master in order to secure for herself a good husband, live in a nice home, raise clean-cut children, and serve her country. Those skills included, in no particular order: 1. Keeping a spick-and-span house. 2. The wherewithal to put supper on the table at the exact time her husband wanted it. 3. The coordination to wear pumps while chasing toddlers, and the grace to maintain her perfectly set hair while scrubbing the tub, etc., etc. To make an exhaustive list would have only, exhausted me. Suffice to say, she believed that the AllAmerican girl was at her best when living a life of married domesticity. Also, according to Mrs. Higginbottom, I, Bertha R. Harding, was doomed to spinsterhood. Not that she'd ever said as much. She didn't have to. I saw it in her eyes every time I left streaks on the floor I was meant to be mopping, or when a sock I'd darned ended up more hideous than Frankenstein's monster. It was all right by me, not being at the top of that class. As for my mother, she was a little less enthused. Ma'am worried that my lack of domestic talents would reflect poorly on her, but the fault wasn't hers. It was completely mine. No matter how much effort I put into that doggone class, I couldn't manage to do much of anything right. At the start of class that day, Mrs. Higginbottom told all of us girls that making a crust was easy as pie, to which half of the girls laughed, as if they'd never heard anything funnier in their lives. I, however, had been dubious, remembering my many past failures with all things doughy. I knew I'd been right to doubt when Mrs. Higginbottom said, "Young housemakers, study the recipe on the board, commit it to memory," and then, only minutes later, erased all the instructions. I had not, it turned out, committed it to memory, as was evidenced by the glob of goo that oozed at the edges on the counter in front of me. All around me, the other girls worked happily at rolling their crusts and dusting flour and being utterly and completely girlish. Then there was me, sweating like a hog and unable to wipe my brow because every inch of my hands was covered in tacky, lumpy, unappetizing pie dough. I was a mess. The crust was a bust, and I had no idea how to fix any of it.